Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. We're good. You can put it down. I'm boxing up all of the tiles that were actually already survivors. The rest of the tiles that were here were already chipped and cracked, not even connected underneath. And a lot of the top color, this brown burgundy color, was separate from this white part. So as soon as you start trying to take it off, even really gently, it starts to take all, just basically leaves the white part and takes the color. So not all of these have survived, but I do have lots of solid ones and chunks that I'll be able to use for a DIY later to be able to keep something that's like historical for the house, actually in the house, but in a different way. Because someone was asking why I wasn't gonna just leave this, and it was because this whole corner area here and on this side had already started completely chipping up, so it just looked terrible. Original to the house, yes, not so pleasing to look at. So we're gonna tackle some of the fireplace. We're doing it. We're tackling the fireplace. We're gonna get our sombrero off the wall that's been kind of the heat vent for the old wood stove that was here. And Philip thinks this is a big metal plate that they've installed behind. Yeah. So we're gonna do some demolition right now and get this area prepped. We still need to chip off a little bit more on this tile too, so let's get to work. The moon is out, but we're working. Of them weren't attached, 10% of them stubborn. Oh, my primer's in the truck. Oh. I have to get it when we're done, but I'm not going back there myself now that we saw that footage. Right? Like, insert scary footage here. Okay, so here is my barn here that I've been keeping my chicken and duck feed in so that it doesn't get rained on. And I was missing, oh, I'm shivering, it's cold out. I was missing a bag of chicken feed and I didn't know where it was, and I thought, oh, maybe I did use it. They've been eating a lot of chicken feed. We went and got more. My bag that I can barely carry has been dragged, I'm assuming dragged, I'll go get it, from the barn over here. So just leave it. I want to set the camera up and see if anything comes. Has been dragged out by the forest, and there's a hole in the bag. But like, I can barely lift this bag. How many kilograms does this bag say it is? Go on the. Does it say it on the front? 25 kilos. 25 kilos. So something large enough that could carry this from this distance. I would say this is a good almost 30 feet to my barn, down a slope and out of from the middle of the barn, has come out. Oh, my hand, sorry, this is the shakiest video ever because I'm cold. Came and dragged it all the way out. So we don't know what it was, but we're gonna set the security cameras up tonight and see if we can catch what's coming to eat this chicken feed. But wow, something large had to have carried that. I just said the other day, I'm like, I'm not afraid to go by the garage and the barn by myself, and then I saw that bag move, and I was like, nope.
Any animal that can move a 50-pound bag, that's a big animal.
And I've been going in that to grab the feed at night. I'm like, goodness gracious.
I saw it last week, and I was like, why would he at least put the chicken feed out here?
Didn't do it.
I wasn't gonna question it. Thought you were maybe feeding some wild ducks or something.
Oh my word. No wonder it told us there was a person last night by the garage.
Yeah.
There's only a walking bear carrying a 50-kilogram bag of duck feed.
It's Sasquatch.
Bigfoot or bear? What do you think?
I'm thinking it was a Bigfoot.
Oh my.
I'm hoping. I'm rather Bigfoot.
It's so scary when you get close to the fireplace there, because you don't want to tip anything or slip with the hammer, or it's so old you just worry it's gonna crack. Bye-bye sombrero.
Bye-bye sombrero.
Those listing pictures, we were guessing and thought this was a sombrero someone had hanging on the wall. When we got here, we realized it was from the big wood stove that literally a pipe went all the way out here, had a little 90-degree elbow, and then went down to a huge wood stove. There's no way we're having one in the middle of the room, so this is coming up. Like a bat, a whole bunch of bats flying out.
Or a big raccoon. Oh like, thanks for letting me out.
Now I'm on like animal alert. Like
suspense.
Okay.
No bats. No bats.
No bats.
But that sombrero can go.
So far, no bats. Big pipe in there. So we're gonna put a cap on this.
Yeah.
And then this is gonna get filled over. So we just wanted to get this metal plate. We think this is a metal plate. Right. I think we'll do is we'll move these blue cabinets out of the way because they're going in the dining room. But we have a huge china cabinet top that needs to come out of there. So we're gonna move these just out of the way for right now. Get this down, and then we're gonna prep the fireplace so that we can do the fireplace completely, like restore it back to. I had it anchored to the wall so it didn't tip. So we've already unanchored it. Come on. This one. Think I can just pry it off?
I think so. We'll see.
I feel like I'm doing this with the wrong hand.
Yeah. It's the burn board.
It's the burn board.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was going to be a steel plate.
That wasn't on very well, was it?
That wasn't attached at all.
I actually like it without it.
It was silicone. Look.
Yeah, I know. The whole thing is.
It was only on with like kitchen silicone. Yeah, like kitchen and bath caulking. That's the word I was looking for. I'm like, silicone. That's not the word.
Careful.
I was gently pulling for it not to explode everywhere. Lord, what bad construction. Okay, we're gonna put this in a safe spot. It's like they were looking for a stud up there. There's like a million holes. And then they just gave up and did it down the side. And none of these are in studs either. I can feel it. They're not in anything but the drywall. There's putty all in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No, really?
18 tries before they gave up on the side. I like to joke, but I have to say I've done that before. Maybe not 18, but like when the stud finder lies to you and then there's nothing behind here.
That's funny.
How heavy is it? It's not attached? What? Oh, it's heavy. The attach was caulking. That was it. Okay, yeah, we'll just put it here for right now. So much stuff along the top here. That's definitely why it wasn't level on the top. So you can see here, there's just all this sort of cement, built up caulking on these edges here. Right on the corner here, it was super raised up.
Watch this.
Hold on, I'm trying to get to it. There we go. Oh, gross. Some of it's kind of grimy, but some of it's just old. Different ways they tried to hold it on there. The bottom side of that mantle top needs to be done the same thing too, because there's stuff all over it.
Yeah.
Thinking this gold stuff that's in between here, that I might try to see if it's deep enough for me to actually leave the gold inlay, but then deal with the outside part. But before I do anything to it, I want to use this TSP. It's an actual like liquid TSP rather than having to mix it. I'm gonna leave it on for a little bit. It's a degreaser. We're gonna get all of the residue that's on this from all the cleaning types we tried over the past couple of weeks. Yeah, we gotta get this clean before we can do anything to it. So I'm gonna leave this on. So spray, leave it, go do something else, and come back.
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to share when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep. I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kind of feel like calling, but it's too late.
In the red corner,
We have Elysia is gonna
Elysia English, about to paint the fireplace, and in the blue corner we have YouTube family. Are you ready to rumble?
Oh my gosh, I know, right? I feel like I'm in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Okay, so I'm gonna do a primer first. I'm going to attempt to keep some of the gold inlay that's in the fireplace. So from all the research we've done and everything we've called and asked, we think that this might be a painted slate. And we know this because there's some areas here that are completely rubbed off right to just a gray, almost concrete looking material. And every time we wipe it, more and more and more of the burgundy comes off. It's damaged. It needs love. It needs an update. I'm going to keep this fireplace here, but we're going to breathe some new life into it. So hold your hate comments. It's going to be amazing when it's done. Cut me a little slack here. Just
Honey.
wait for the entire room to be done before you tear me apart. Okay? All right. I'm going with it. Okay, I'm going with the best primer that I could find, Bullseye's Insert Primer. I know this stuff is amazing. I've used it before. We're going to use a really small brush, try to get around this inlay, and then I'm going to try to roll and paint the rest and just kind of coat it. But we're going to see if this works.
Yeah.
Don't think it's quite deep enough. But I can certainly try. Stay with me, Gold Inlay. Stay with me. I'm going to kneel on some pillows to make it through this whole fireplace.
Wow, you're going to do that around the whole thing?
Well, if I want to save...
And then another coat after that?
Well,
and
it's
then
going to be
another
several
coat?
coats, so...
So you're going to do that every coat? What happened to the gold inlay?
Well, it wasn't... This little part right here, these three little spots were deep enough. This line here wasn't deep enough, so tiny little sections maybe I could get a little bit of gold, but it wasn't going to be an actual gold line.
Yeah.
So I was like, screw it, there's no point in doing all that work to maybe get a hint of gold that no one is going to ever know is there but me.
Yeah. And it was never part of your ultimate design end.
No, I was just trying to save some of the original style of it, but I think I'm going to bring that back to life once we get the next stages of this done. But the primer has to probably be a couple coats on and leave to dry, proper cure times in between, so I can't do that a million times and wait for it.
No. But I really wanted the gold inlay.
You drive me crazy.
Could you imagine that?
The video title for this is Husband for Sale.
Oh, what? What?
Don't tell me about the gold inlay now.
Oh, yeah.
When I pretended to roll away from you at the cottage and be like, bye Phil, buy you a house. And you were like, why are you being so mean to Phil?
Hey Phil, I bought you a house.
Thanks, hon.
See ya, have a good life
What?
in the new house.
Hon, are you serious?
Get in, the bugs are eating you.
Yeah, little blue sky just got turned
Little blue
into
sky got
little doghouse.
The little doghouse. It's literally bleeding through this red.
What's in there?
What the heck?
What's in
Bats.
Could you imagine?
Remember our first apartment?
Oh yeah, there was a family of bats.
There's a when I opened
Oh,
that
and
coat
remember-
closet
Yeah.
and the bat flew out. Or it was hanging in the closet.
It was hanging.
It looked like a little vampire.
Oh
they
my
were
gosh.
scary looking little faces. And
Remember I put it in the
you
cricket
put it
keeper?
in the cricket keeper and then put
To
it
let it
outside
go?
the back patio.
But when I put it in the cricket when I put it in the cricket keeper, remember the noise it made?
It was not happy.
No, it's.
And you were trying to not kill it and to let it out so nicely.
I know. I was
And it
taking
was-
care of it, and it was screeching.
It was a terrible sound.
Yeah, it was.
That was such a beautiful first apartment.
Oh my gosh.
Aw. We lived together though.
We did.
It was worth it. We didn't care where we lived. We just wanted to live together.
Was that the one we caught 12 mice in one night?
There were a lot of wonderful things at that apartment.
I can see the way you're sitting quietly. You look a little lonely. With your heart out of your chest, I'm screaming help.